Alrighty, boys and girls, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good mornings. Let's get these last few things set up. Hope you're doing well. Time to finish some, finish our new little adventure. Or, well, continue with our new little adventure. It's likely never to be finished. But, starting off with killing some of our rares this morning. I've just realised I might actually need to do some delves as well today. We'll see, we'll see. Going to be a busy week, I think. We've got, well, we loaded up another account the other day. We are leveling a Demon Hunter. We got to get him to level 70. He's level 54 so far, so he's close. But if we can get him to 70, we can trip him out in some gear, and he can then help us level some more toons. That's the theory. So we can spread the characters around a little bit more. Now, Twitch was complaining a minute ago when I started the stream. So if it crashes and burns, you're gonna have to let me know this morning. Because clearly I am trying to get the computer to do one too many things than it wants to do. But it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Tally is the only one left I need for this first batch of toons. There's part of me also that's wondering if, since it's a Monday, we should do about a bit of a clean out of the mailboxes maybe. I haven't quite decided. Haven't decided. It's either do it today or do it tomorrow, I don't know. Chilida, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I got an hour or two's play in on my Demon Hunter yesterday. So I've managed to get him to item level 54. Level 54 already. We only need to hit level 70. We can't actually go any further than level 70. This account doesn't have the War Within, but that is entirely by design. That's so that he'll basically be level locked at 70, but that still means we can give him some hyper high item level gear, get him doing some silly things. And I knew this might happen, but Demon Hunter's quite fun, isn't it? I've not really played a Demon Hunter much in the past, but it's actually really quite fun. So we will see how adventurous we get with this dude. I was just working through the Dragonflight campaign. I really wasn't paying much attention to leveling particularly fast, but all I needed to do is just get to 270, and we're doing all right so far. Tally's just spawned. Now, why aren't you telling me Tally's spawned? Oh, well, luckily, right place, right time. We spotted it anyway. Welcome in, Chris. Good morning. Let's nuke these dudes. It's going to be a little bit of finishing off the leveling of the Demon Hunter today. Maybe potentially testing out, if we can get him to 70, testing out just how useful he becomes. I might need to do a few delves before the week is out, and I might also need to empty some mailboxes. It could be a little bit of everything today. Could be a little bit of everything today. Any thoughts about the Wowhead article about there already being 200 guilds, 8 out of 8 Mythic? I was thinking about it, and they'll buff the gear a lot in 1 month. Do you think we're going for shorter patches? Oh yeah, 100%. I've been convinced of this. Maybe not necessarily shorter patches. But I would be amazed if we'll ever get more than 3 tiers in expansion ever again. Launch season season 2, season 3. 3 seasons maximum, I think. I think they're going to completely shave off season 4. It's been a bit of a meh situation for a long time now. I know you're kind of hinting towards, instead of seasons being 6 months, them being like 4 months or something. And I think it's just the fact that this tier there was a roadblock at like 6 out of 8, wasn't there? And once that roadblock was retuned, lots of guilds quite quickly pushed to 8 out of 8. I think it was just a shorter tier, generally. The timings of it is very difficult for Blizzard to get right, I think, all the time. I don't necessarily think the tiers are going to be shorter, but I absolutely 100% think that the expansions are destined to be shorter. But yes, being, 8-9 weeks into the season and already 200 plus guilds have killed Mythic 8 out of 8. It's clearly a easier season, for sure. Everybody grouped up. Let's just double check, since my rare scanner doesn't seem to be overly reliable. Nitro's dead. Nitro's dead. Thwack's dead.
Fix them up so they shine nice and bright.
Swigs is dead. Tally's dead. Okay, we're waiting on respawns again. Although it does just seem to claim that Nitro's just spawned. Huh, it's not wrong. Never leaving the house again? What, you going to caught yourself a flu or something, Cheerleader? Tends to be the situation. Leave the house unexpectedly and then all of a sudden the plague gets you. After 150 pulls in Mythic sticks and wiping on 12%, I'm taking a break from raiding for a week or two. I could spend my time better than fighting a one mistake kill the raid boss. Oh, you mean it killed your streak? Oh, I see. Oh, I apologise. Yeah, we did 6. I think we did 7 separate streams last week. I streamed twice on Wednesday and I streamed on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Raiding can grind you into the floor. This is often the difficulty with, hyper endgame group content, that it puts very distinct pressure on you being there at the right time, all the time, sort of thing. Hence why, Mythic is the most challenging content, not necessarily because it becomes the most outrageously difficult, but just it's logistically more difficult. But we're fighting a weak aura, not an actual raid boss. It's just stupid. Yeah, the design is could always be improved, but what happened to the token? I was going to buy some, but it's spiked now. I have no idea. What is the token sat at? What is the token doing? 370? Yeah. Well, at least we're still below 400. Like, there's part of me that's still happy that we're in the sub 400 club, because towards the end of the expansion, 400 becomes a cheap day in the office. Do I want to empty mailboxes today? Do I want to get that faff out of the way? What we got in here? Any goodies? Any goodies? Oh, we're getting satchels like crazy. Oh, I hadn't even considered this. Ha! Okay. This is extra stuff to be dealing with that I hadn't really considered. Well, lots more leveling potions. Dear Lord, I hadn't considered that. Well, it's good for the Mog then. It's good for the Mog at least. What are these? Warbound until equipped, 30 slot bags. I bet they're not going to stack, do they? Oh, can I not use him because I'm not level 80? That would make sense. Oh, well, opening those also gives me a huge amount of buffs as well. I kind of forgot. Why can't I use the NPC in here? Oh, I can. What? Hello? Hello? Oh, weird. Six tens, go away. All these 441s. Not technically any higher than they should be. That's a BOE to sell. 610s, 441s, 447s. Interestingly lower in item level than the stuff I've got equipped right now. Random selection of stinky bright potions. Merchant doesn't want that. Great, okay. So we've got more stuff the merchant doesn't actually want. Leaning more into the direction of just banning all combat add-ons at this point. It's a never-ending cat and mouse chase with Blizzard and the add-on devs. Blizzard's making the bosses harder because of add-ons playing the game for you. It's not healthy. I mean, it's been cat and mouse forever, though. I mean, I don't disagree with you, but it's difficult because you also can't police that, really. You fundamentally can't really police that. Look at Final Fantasy XIV. That has a zero add-on policy, but do people listen? Not really. Seems bad selling Dark Fuse Spy Eyes, but it's going to be a thing. Who's that? Thwack. Cool, and bars are up to 600 gold apiece. Well, with the announcement on Friday that player housing is going to use a lot, well, some past expansion mats. There's no surprise a lot of the old materials have been instantly flipped. Because, you know, goblins will do goblin things. But the reality is the actual demand for those items is still going to be hyper small. Like, absolutely tiddly. People, it's just all a big speculative bubble now, which I think is quite funny. It'll just be one big speculative bubble again of people like squirreling shit away and trying to guesstimate what's going to be, you know, big business, what's not. In Plunderstorm, Blizzard did say no to add-ons and it worked well. Yes. Yes, there was a fresh level of fairness, I suppose, in Plunderstorm, which wasn't too bad. The question is that sustainable long term though? Like I said, like the one thing Final Fantasy fights against is the fact that every time a new raid tier is pushed, there is a clear and obvious situation of people using add-ons even though they're not meant to. But yeah, the question is it at the point where they should they just turn around and say Mythic is no add-ons? Like, is that something that we could feasibly see them do? Where they turn around and are like, okay, well, Mythic, playing the game of cat and mouse, trying to chase just, you know, trying to chase this game of cat and mouse between the players and the add-on devs. Well, do we just admit defeat and say Mythic is a no add-on game mode? But, you know, like I said, the issue then comes is that Mythic is the game mode that is the quote-unquote competitive game mode. And as bad as that sounds, the hardest difficulty is always going to be the competitive one. It still means that even if you only raid at a heroic level, it's for fun. It's the for fun mode. You raid heroic for the fun. You raid Mythic for that competitive edge. And it's the competitive mode. It's the thing that people look at and they compare everybody against, you know. Even if you don't consider doing it, you're not doing it to be competitive. The fact that there's a top 200 leaderboard and stuff, it's, you know, it's the competitive mode just because. Who do we need? No, Swigs. I should do something with these mysterious potions, shouldn't I? I'm going to end up with loads of these. I'm going to end up with absolutely metric ton of these. If every character is going to get a whole bunch of them out of all these bags every day. Stupid Easter Monday. I apologise. I should keep to my schedule. I know. Oh, there's at least a Mechanica there. This will be, these little satchels actually will be really fun for like keeping these low level characters in some reasonable gear. Now they're all in remix gear right now, but when we level up new teams, the new teams will have like basically 0 gear. That's a bind on equip piece. Inky black potions. You've actually got a Mechanica. Where am I? I'm here. Probably is a better solution than this, than doing all of this like manually, but I started with 1 in my bag, so that's now 2. Okay, these teams are cleaned out. We just need to wait for the last rares on them. Who was it I still needed? Swigs. Did I check that these guys definitely didn't have any more Mechanicas? Definitely no more Mechanicas. Right, let's go camp Swigs then, if it's the last one we need for this team. The more we camp Swigs, we can get some leveling done on this dude as well. Where are we going here? Speaking with you. I'd happily delete all my add-ons if Blizz would implement their own version of add-ons into the game. Well, look how that works so far with this absolute shit show of implementation. It's not so much of a shit show, it's just really poorly done. You add something into the game with like 0 customization, then no shit, people are just going to not use it. It's only on because it keeps turning itself on every time I turn this account on for some reason. Yo, leveling, by the way, 1 to 70 is actually ridiculous. 1 to 70 is crazy ridiculous right now. Just doing the campaign, going through Dragonflight, you do like 2 quests and you ding. Leveling is so pointless. Literally 2 quests and you ding. I mean, not that I've been doing this in any sort of competitive speed whatsoever, but look at the leveling times. Oh, flipping load screens. Great, thanks for that. The level times are like in single digits for the most part when I'm actually playing on that toon for 10 minutes. So look, we've got like... there are some periods where I've just been standing around AFK while I'm doing something on the other accounts. But when I'm actually proactively playing for 20 minutes, half an hour, the level times are like a couple of minutes each level. And that's doing absolutely nothing special whatsoever. Look at these for like 2 minutes 35, 2 minutes 48, 2 minutes 40, like ridiculously fast leveling times. As long as it takes you to go do a quest and hand it in, it's pretty wild. And this is why I say it's totally pointless. Because this means every 3 minutes of playing, you're going in here and you're trying to figure out where you put a button, or you get a new button to press and figure out how now changes your rotation. You don't have any time to practice with any of these new buttons. The entire leveling process is so pointless now. I'm a strong advocate at this point for just getting rid of it. Create a Chromie time, Chromie-driven story scenario that lasts 3 hours when you first buy the game to catch you up to speed with, you know, the basics. Extend Exile's reach that little bit further. Extend Exile's reach past just level 10. Give it a bit of a... Give it a little bit more value. Take it up to wherever the new expansion starts you off. And be done with it. Outside of that, leveling is so dumb right now. It's kind of just right in that phase now where it doesn't take particularly long to do, but you don't get anything from it, which makes the whole process just busy work. Just stuff that you'd rather not be doing. And it's probably only in the game in order to still sell level boosts at this point. Because I can't believe there's anybody that truly gets much from leveling. I still don't have muscle memory, though, with this Demon Hunter, even after playing... And this is the point, right? I've played it up until level 55, which is only an afternoon of play. And in that afternoon, I don't really feel if I've even got the beginning of, like, muscle memory on how to play it. Because it's too quick. There is such thing as too quick. Right, that's that entire team actually done, isn't it? Those guys are done. So let's log you off. I need to go back quickly to the first team and empty their bags, because I forgot to do that. Oh my god, these bags weren't emptied properly last week either. Oh my days. Leveling's the best part of the game. I would hate that. I have characters I don't want to touch because they're getting too close to 70, and that I don't want to take them into the war within content. Well, the alternative then is they make leveling matter again. See, this is the problem. That's a clear indication that leveling is just in that middle period where it's just useless. It's too fast to mean anything, but it's still there as just an annoyance of something you have to do. Or even if you enjoy it, it's then not a long enough or meaningful enough experience, which is bad in the same light. It's just the whole thing just feels awkward. Where's the health potions? Put you down there, you down there. The rest of this lot's just gonna get sold. Get out of the way. Whoa, wait, what? Random 434 bind on equip that apparently is worth ridiculous money. Yeah, I don't think it is it? Don't think that's worth anything really, let's be real. We do have a Mechanica. Two big warband bits of gear somehow. Don't know where they've come from. Not sure where they've come from, but there's that dude mostly done for now. You sit your ass back down. We go to the next dude. We'll after a while make all the open world content endgame. They can say go leveling classic if you want the slow experience. But yeah, true. But it also comes with the clear and obvious disadvantage that it has everything else classic comes with as well. I like I said, I just think the best thing would be for them to make a singular couple of hour long expansion to the Exile's Reach that takes you up to whatever the level cap is prior to the latest expansion. That you can choose to then skip if you don't want to do it again. Obviously, having it done the first time is of some value to players when they're brand new to the game, to teach them, you know, what buttons do. But much past that, just sack it off, because I don't think it really does much of anything interesting or useful. I should figure out some auto trade or something on this, but it's nothing I hate more than leveling in WoW. See, this is, for me, it's the fact that there is two distinct categories of people here. There are people that really like it, and then there's people that absolutely hate it. Considering how little value it really offers, generally, allowing the people that really hate it to skip it, I don't really see any issue with that. And if you really love it, then you should be given the option for it to actually, you know, be extended, make it so that it's actually enjoyable, rather than something that almost happens too fast to be like actually enjoyable. No Mechanicas on this, dude. No Mechanicas. We're still not necessarily guaranteed a Mechanica on every character. Not quite. But then again, my my system for this has not been 110% reliable. Then we do occasionally get 2 on some, so I guess maybe it almost starts to balance out, I don't know. It's a 603. Okay, we're up to 6. 6 off the 2 teams. 6 off 2 teams. So yeah, a little under 1 per character so far. Little under 1 per character per week. It's not quite a full week, because I think I emptied them on Wednesday last week. Oh, it's only invited 2. The other 2 not in, are not alive yet. There we go. Quick sanity check. Swigs is dead. Swigs is dead. Tally's dead.
We don't got real plants here in Undermine, but we got the next best thing.
No
Fix 'em
thwack.
up so they shine nice and bright.
No nitro. Okay. Let's do mailboxes then on these dudes while we wait. Almost insta-ding, medium dingness, and slowpoke leveling. I mean, Blizzard does try to appease as many people as they can nowadays with the game. So I don't see why something a little bit more nuanced than that could be achieved. We've got 1 Mechanica on this dude. But 1 is better than none. We take 1. Hell's a happy fun sphere? Dunno. Something's just spawned. Nitro. No, less dots. Jesus. No margin for error with these rares anymore. Rose, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. I opened mailboxes, was pleasantly surprised by these bags. I've got 80 of the XP buffs. Yeah, I'm going to have these little 10% XP buffs for quite a while. You know, plenty of spares in the wall bank, I think. Let's do your bags. Do they state when they stop? Well, somebody was saying the other day that they actually continue even when you're logged out. So if you pop one, you'll get exactly 2 hours of like, is it 2 hours or 1 hour of like real time buff. But once that real time has finished, then they go away. But they're warbound, and apparently they're planning on persisting after the event, so... Oh, it's for 2 hours. 10% increase for 2 hours. Requires level 79 or below, obviously. Oh, they've probably added that 79 or below in order to make sure that they don't cross over to midnight, which is quite funny. 2 Mechanicas on this dude. Either way, it's still, you know, still be a nice 10% buff up until level 80. So, who was that? Literally, as I open the vendor, the game starts to scream and shout at me. Who was it? Oh, Thwack. no, another one. Oh, garbage. Garbage over in the corner. We'll ignore that one. The flipping hell. Horseman of the Apocalypse. $48 Mechanicas for an average of 1.2 per alt. That's over a period of a week. It's not bad. Yeah, I think if you can get one per alt, it's good going, isn't it? Who do you still need on these? Tally and Swigs. I'm currently 6 days of the week, I think. And not even 6 full days either, because I think there was at least one day I didn't even log on. So this is where my numbers are a bit skewed, because I'm not actually that reliable. Okay, that team's cleaned out. Now we just need to kill the 2 more that they need to kill. So maybe we can go sit roughly near, or at least double check. Swigs first. No Swigs. Was that Tally? No, that was just propaganda pushers. So we're up to now 12. 12 on 3 teams of 4. So I'm on exactly 1 per character so far. Speak of the devil, there's Tally. 2 mounts every week's very nice. Can slowly start to cover more and more of the servers. Yeah, pretty much. I want to have basically 1 of everything up for sale at all times on my home realm. And then I'll start looking at spreading out a little bit. So yeah, 113 Mechanicas for the 1 realm, and then we'll just take some stuff wherever it needs to go. Right, I think Swigs is the last one that's needed. Yeah, Swigs. Right, we'll camp Swigs then. And get some more leveling done. Mounts better than pets for the EU these days. But the thing is that the pets obviously take like 5 to 10 of them. But people's there seems to be a lot more people initially that actually grinded out 25 of them and went for the pets. Both me and K-Chak had a similar opinion on this, being that we suspected that the pets would actually, and it might still end up this way, that the pets would be like slightly lower value on a per Mechanica basis, due to people trying the farm, realizing how goddamn annoying it is to get 25, and going, you know what, screw it, I'll just cash out for this pet and then try and quick sell this pet. But at least so far, you actually get more for the pets than you do the mounts, which is kind of wild. And it could just be because, you know, you can sell a pet for 700k much easier than a mount for 1.5 million, you know, 2 million, 2.5 million. We're past that point where the early adopters are willing to spend like stupid money, I think. Well, I've only got 6 teams at the moment, so my actual total character count is pretty poor. But this is why I'm trying to set up this dude, so I can then boost some additional level 70s. I went by the theory that, well, there's no reason I can't set up a booster myself. So, because that means then I basically save myself 80, 90k. If I'm going to have to stand there AFK while somebody else does the killing to boost my characters, I might as well save the gold and be the one that boosts them. I can't imagine the booster's strategy is that complex that, that there's a huge barrier to entry, if you know what I mean. And so hence, the Demon Hunter is being born. Koto's got 10 teams of 4. Oh, I've not been pressing this button. I wonder if not pressing that button is a problem. Probably is, isn't it? I'm not paying attention to what this quest actually asked me to do. Is this just a fill the bar situation? This feels like a fill the bar situation. Shit. Wonder how many flowers we'll need for furniture. Well, the blog post the other day stated that crafting of decor stuff is going to be... I think what they were trying to emphasize is that there's not going to be a new crafting profession. But at the same time, they sort of left the door open for gathering profession. And they didn't strictly say that gathering wouldn't have any decor items. But, you know, plants are a clear and obvious decoration choice. You know, herbalism, botany, it's kind of, you know, related. There's clearly room there as well. But it depends how involved they want to get the gathering professions. Like I said, I'm still quite convinced that we're going to see a new gathering profession. I've thought for a while we're going to get a new profession. Because now they've done the revamp, and we've had the revamp to the professions for like will be the 3rd expansion by the time we go into Midnight, that it feels about right to add something new to the mix. But maybe adding decor, integrating decor to everything is big enough of a change that they're content with that. I don't know. Making flower pots as well, that's true. Bit of pottery. Where the hell's Swigs? Been lying on the floor dead for ages. How do I collect temporal energy? Just click the thing, I guess. I'll pull on the stream. Yoink. How are you liking the Demon Hunter, by the way? Yeah, they're just silly, aren't they? the easy answer, I think, is they're just a bit silly. Which, I can see why people are drawn to them, because, yeah, they're just a bit silly. They go burr and stuff dies, which is, I think, pretty much what people want when they play something like this, isn't it? To be honest. I must admit, like, I've only got an afternoon of playing with one under my belt, so, you know, I clearly haven't got into the weeds with them properly, but I can see why people enjoy them. They're just a bit silly. Why won't you let me break this? There we go. It seems like one of those classes that's relatively easy to just press buttons and win with, but I also imagine there's quite a bit more to them when you actually want to get into it, which is always a good balance, I think, for a class. Make sure it's easy enough to just pick up and do something with, but then if you want to just go burr and you want to try and do fancy stuff with them, you can. Been playing a crappy geared AT. Just melt stuff, kind of loving it. Yeah, they're just a bit silly. I like a bit of silly in the game occasionally. like I said, my only real focus has been on just getting it leveled to begin with, rather than trying to figure out the exact ins and outs of all of the abilities and mechanics and stuff. But I thought it'd be funny if the wood chopping, but the way you loot is with a bar moving in a line and you click to stop it. They could make the area you hit be different and would prevent some botting. Yeah, they had lumber mill or whatever it was called in the back in the garrison, so they've already kind of, you know, knowing Blizzard, they could easily just copy paste. Is 70 Twink good? Well, for leveling, they are the Twink for leveling, yeah. For level boosting. Oh, there's Swigs finally. Are these alts on the same account or different accounts? Yeah, they're all separate WoW accounts. You can't open the WoW client. You can only have an account open, you know, on one character at a time. So if you want to have multiple characters logged on at the same time, you need separate accounts. So as of right now, I've got 6 accounts up and running. Yeah, when you do things like that, when you pop some cooldowns and just absolutely nuke something into the ground, it's just really quite fun. I am running the risk of running out of campaign quests before I ding 70 though. I'm only level 57. I was assuming that just working through the Dragonflight campaign would be all I need to do to actually get to 70, but I might need to do a few other little bits and pieces after. Right, let's get these up and running then. Let's start by getting these lot in a group. Let's empty some mailboxes on these fellas. One Mechanica on this fella. Thwack.
We don't got real plants here in Undermine, but we got the next best thing. Fix them up so they shine nice and bright. What's the news?
Yeah, if this little 70 Twink Demon Hunter ends up being fun, I might even consider leveling my actual Demon Hunter to 80. Just to sort of have a blast with him. Because he's been quite fun. I imagine he's fun in like delves and stuff. Right, so you were doing mailbox stuff. You only had one Mechanica. But one is better than none. Trade you over. And then Operation Cleanup. Oh, that's a femoral. We'll ignore him. Any Mechanicas? Not on this fella. Only 5 satchels, leading me to believe I haven't actually made it through onto this team on at least one of the days. Maybe 2. Didn't even get an XP potion on this dude. Big slacking. Oh, somebody managed to kill Tally and leave the rest of the dudes up. How's that even possible? Sons of bitches. Oh no. Tally's there again. Whoa, what? Okay. Respawn times be funky on these sometimes, you know. I swear when Blizzard, like, merges together shards, this is how you get, like, the rare killed, like, 3 times in 10 minutes. Let me just double check that Nitro's not there, because I don't... Oh, Nitro's dead, okay. Thwack and Tally are done on these teams. Didn't have time to say much last stream, but for the 515 gear, I tried to stack as much mastery as I could with my spare pieces. But even if not all exactly B stats, it should be good enough to do what it should. Yeah, by the way, big thanks for that. That's saved me a lot of brain ache trying to figure that out. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, it kind of all happened just as I was signing off my stream, so I don't even feel as if I got to say thank you properly, but yeah, cheers. Yeah, Bakoto definitely went shopping. I'm not entirely sure if he went shopping or whether he just had them from setting up his tune. But either way, like, big appreciates. Oh, hang on, let's send that Mechanica over. Why am I shitting eggs? I'm literally shitting eggs and I don't know how that's happening. What's my Doge scene? What's my Doge scene? We're looking at Nipses. Something going on outside. What are you saying? You just browsing. You're just browsing, are you? Looking at the world. Just looking at the world, eh? Trying to decide whether to time walk a bunch of alts, farm some old raids, or clean the house. I know which one I wouldn't be doing. Oh, I think the wife is just getting home as well. Did we check bags on this dude? Clearly not. Did any rares spawn while I was... No. Aha! A wild wife does appear. Give me 2 minutes, boys and girls. Alrighty. Okay. Where do we get to? Mailbox on you. No rares. No, mailbox on you. Whoa, that's a full mailbox. Who be that? Swigs. Swigs. Swigs, swigs, swigs. We're at the point where we only need one. We just need nitro. Did I get any Mechanicas on this? Play spot the Mechanica. It doesn't look like we did on this tune. In that case, let's put you over by nitro. Camp it out if it's the last one. Camp the pooch. Make sure we don't miss it. Oh, that was a 603. Give me that one back. Weirdly, give me those back because they'll need to go down there. Okay. What I haven't been checking is that, I mean, all of these are going to be, yeah, they are all bind on pickup. Okay, just waiting on a nitro kill then. We're up to 14 Mechanicas. Just portions, 6 portions of chicken stew for the freezer. Back up to 30 pre-made dinners. Let's go. See, that's so much that's far too much efficiency for me. far too level of efficiency. Both me and Mrs. Manthias base at one point about 4 o'clock in the afternoon turn to each other and go, "Have you got any ideas for dinner? Have you got any ideas for dinner?" And we just figure something out. It's not the most uniform way of doing things, but it works for us. Right, let's get some more levels under this dude's belt if we can. We're 57, we're getting there. Where are we putting points now? Collective Anguish. I-Beam summons an allied Vengeance Demon Hunter who casts Fell Devastation, dealing a bunch of fire damage over 2.4 seconds. Dealing damage heals you for up to 330. Okay, sure, yoink. What we got over here? 2 points and know your enemy. Gain critical strike damage equal to 40% of your critical strike chance. 80% of your critical strike chance. Yes, please. We'll go with those. I lived like that way for 5 years. It's not what I enjoy. Big cooking once a week and then have a variety in my freezer is more my style now. It's clever. It's definitely clever. I have this inherent problem though of that if I eat the same thing too frequently, it just like, I don't know. Some people can treat food as just like an energy source and they don't really care if they eat the same thing every day. Like, if I have the same thing more than a few times, like, I just get really bored of it super fast. And I have this relationship with food where if I get bored of it, I just won't eat it. Which is why I have to try and keep it varied. That's why pizza's great. So many variations. Yes. Many variations. Many variations. Do you want cheese or more cheese? I will take more cheese, please. You seem to have a lot of health. Why do I think you're not the one I'm meant to be killing? Since you are borderline indestructible. What am I meant to be doing here? Probably avoiding you by the looks of things. No, I do need to be collecting some sort of essence. How the hell am I meant to kill you when you're like super duper mega wham? What's going on here? Use it near the dragons in the air. I think I've done goofed here, haven't I? I've pulled shit I shouldn't. This doesn't seem to have scaled in level. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? That didn't go as planned. I'm a combination of both. I like to put easy stuff in the Instapot, add something new and eat something similar 3 meals in a row. Yeah, this is why I tend to have, like, I have more of a food routine, such as like we will often have pizza on a Friday just because it's, you know, takeout and it's easy enough. But during the week, we'll try and vary it up a bit. It does make doing the weekly food shop a pain in the ass, because we never have, like, a set list of stuff. I've used it near the large dragons. Why can't... Why does you not want to work? Oh, okay. I have to carefully dodge these elites somehow. Okay, I'm not sure this area's been properly scaled for low-level toons. If I was rich, I'd live off takeaways. Well, I literally don't have the choice anymore. We have one takeaway. We have one pizza place. There's literally no such thing as takeaway options for me, so that's now not even really a possibility. This is why I tend to think that like takeouts and restaurants and stuff in Finland are so expensive and so few and far between. I think it's a bit of a catch-22. The takeoff scene has never really taken off in Finland because there's not that much choice, and the choice that you do have is expensive, and it's expensive because there isn't much choice. And so anything new that does open up, like for example, the one and only reasonably nice pub and burger joint in my little town has just recently closed down. And so now there's nothing here. So yeah, takeout's not even an option. You could be a millionaire in my town and you still got to make your own food. Right, they're elites, so stay away from you. Need to find more dudes to... More dudes to heal up. No? Have we healed enough people? Maybe we have. Even with flipping Zygor, I'm clearly not just... oh, hello, Nitro's been up for God knows how long. How long have you been up? Oh, 19 seconds. Okay, not that long. If you're a millionaire, you can have a private chef come and cook each day. That's what makes me giggle, though. Like, with the rate of inflation over the last few years, being a millionaire all of a sudden isn't actually that impressive. And doesn't actually get you as much as you would kind of think. People of my sort of age, let's just say late 30s, have this early concept of a millionaire being like, wow, you've got so much money. If you've got $1 million in the bank, that's different. But even then, you'd be surprised how far $1 million doesn't go in these day and age. Living in Finland, €1 million in Finland gets you a nice house. It gets you a nice house. It gets you a house. It will get you a house in like a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house in the capital region. That's it. That's literally it. That's also not accounting for the upkeep on said house. So it's no longer good enough to just have the money, which is, in its own right, very weird. Millions in Zimbabwe dollars. Yeah, that's probably not great, is it? No, I'm pretty sure somebody spawned then. Was it Tally? It was, but Tally's dead. What about Thwack?
We don't got real plants
Thwack
here
is
in
alive.
Undermine, but we got the next best thing. Fix them up so they shine nice and bright.
Just checking I'm not dying on the other screens.
Welcome to the best place ever.
2.6 million gold, does that do anything for you? Yeah. Yeah, wow, a WoW millionaire is... Oh, you got 80 bucks in the bank. Housing investments are starting to pay off. Yo, look at those average sell prices. Those returns. Those returns, man. Fair play. Fair play. Early bird catches the worm. Nitro's down. Swigs is down, and we've just missed a tally kill. So let's park you over here for any Mechanica trading. And let's empty some bags on these dudes. There's one. $513? Oh, is this dude... Oh, this dude's level 74. Oh, that means he actually slightly gets some bits of gear that I might actually consider equipping. Well, that's a different tale. Trade... Have some of you. So actually, 513 is an upgrade. 496 is an upgrade. 496 is the same. Oh, Swigs is up.
What's the damage?
Also in Finland, I own my apartment but couldn't really afford a new one even if I sold this. And it's on the 3rd floor without an elevator. I'm not getting any younger. Well, all I know is from apartment prices in Helsinki is that you could still quite comfortably, if you were to sell said apartment, you could move 40 minutes outside the capital city and buy a house. So it's kind of, obviously then you are 40 minutes outside the city, but if you move somewhere where it's, you know, metro distance in, all I know full well is that Helsinki is hella expensive because I've looked at places there myself. Lovely area, but mental level expensive these days. But less pizza choices if you move out. Yes, that is true. Less pizza choices if you move out. Elevate some real life goal making would be nice. It's weird, right? Sometimes I do look at the kind of the content we do over here in terms of like the gameplay side of things, and I'm like, we're only about 3 steps away from being a flipping make money online channel. Oh, I thought there were 4 Mechanicas then. I got baited by stupid things. 1 Mechanica is better. Only because we mess around in a little video game. Am I any different to any of those weird online gurus who tell you how to get rich fast? I'm not oblivious to the obvious there. Which is why I always try to keep keep away from like clickbait and doing anything to farm this, make $1 million, because it just feels it doesn't sit right with me. Got my savings. I'm ready to buy a house financially, but not physically. I'm not sure it'll happen this year, but I want to move. Moving house, it can be quite stressful, but at the same time, the reward is second to none. Like, it's such a dopamine rush once you've done it. Which, in that regards, makes me sometimes think that while it is a little bit stressful, I still think the net positives, I think it's still a net gain if you're not happy with where you currently are and have the ability to. But then again, this is coming from the person that was more than happy to quit his job and move to another country, so I'm maybe not the best person to listen to advice on. Who's this? Galagio. Now, Galagio up there is worth a kill. If he's still alive. Because the main dudes can still get credit from this one without moving. Bonus Galagio kill, even though it never really amasses to much. He's got one of the lowest drop chance on Mechanicas, but kill's a kill. Who do these fellas need? Tally and Nitro. Did I clean the bags out on all of these now? I'm losing track of what I'm doing here. You've had bags cleaned. You've had bags cleaned. You look like you've had bags cleaned. You haven't. Because you don't have any new potions or anything. Yeah, there we go. You got a beautiful wife out of it, so worth. Well, that's true. There's a Mechanica. Objection, hearsay. I will see you in court. The objection hearsay in this regard is she got an absolute stunner of a husband. Lol. Right. That's everybody. We're now waiting on just a couple of kills. Tally and Nitro. Tally and Nitro. Let's do a quick sanity check. You dead. You dead. Yeah, Manthis only feet when? Soon. Soon, TM. Right, 2 rares to kill. Bags are cleaned. What are we up to now? 19 Mechanicas. Let's see if we can get you some bonus levels whilst we... Why is there a random ass question mark here with nobody to interact with? I'm confused. Alright, sure. Level 58. Return to the present. We're running out of quests. Darkness. Summon darkness around you in an 8-yard radius, granting friendly targets chance to avoid damage. Sure. Nitro. Cannot deny the beautiful fact that she lets her husband play games all day. I wear the trousers in this relationship when I'm allowed to wear them. Right, tally to go. Park there. Take the portal to somewhere. You extremely wear the pajama pants. Hey, I'm in jeans today. I mean, totally the wrong thing to be sat in a chair with all day, but it's jeans day today. But yeah, you're right. Under normal circumstances, pajama pants, sweats is the play. Your pet mortal. What are we doing here? Use the chrono crystal. There we go. Well, that's true. Yeah. Be thankful that I don't. That I'm wearing anything and don't conveniently drop something in the background. Drop something next to my imaginary hot tub. Right, we need to kill a bunch of destroyers. We need to get a bunch of moats. Can't see many of these moats. There's one. Right, a bunch of moats. Can I just run and collect these now and just not kill anything? That's probably easier, isn't it? Whoop. There's another one. 7. Oh God, what's this? What have I said? Next, the imaginary hot tub. I know how we play this game. I know how this works. Okay, is that everything here? Looks like it. Is this going to ding as 59? We need 10 levels from somewhere. We're about to finish the campaign, and I'm going to run out of quests to get storyline content from. We might just have to go back to the beginning and grind out 10 levels doing completionist mode. Enter the hop. Oh, yeah, this thing. Clips are best served without context even, yeah. It's the way to do it. Who needs context? Context for suckers. Come on, die already. Yeah, big stinking Murloc. There we go. There's no Discord channel to post clips. I've actually thought about setting something a little bit automated up so that every time a clip is produced, it automatically posts it into a Discord channel. It's interesting you say that. Because if they automatically get like put into a Discord channel, I can then also then have easier access to them if I want to make YouTube shorts or TikToks or something, you know. Do the actual content creator thing properly. Right, that was tally though, so that should be, if everything has gone to plan, the remainder of these teams done, so we can log you fellas out. Move on to the next crew, the last and final crew of my current setup. When you think about this, whilst doing a little bit of emptying mailboxes and leveling a little bit of Demon Hunter in this as a side activity, this has still taken me, what have we been live, 1 hour, 40 minutes, so it's only taken me an hour and a half so far, and we're not exactly doing anything in particularly optimal fashion here. So the time thing for me is not too bad. The one reason I want to get a bunch of level 70s on different realms is just so I can avoid the downtime. Avoid that like 5-10 minutes sometimes just AFK waiting for something to spawn. That's the thing that hurts more than anything. Oh, a Mechanica. Yoink. Evidence is undeniable, my lord. This individual is clearly a menace to society. A brief review of their save clips provides all of the proof required. Immediate action is strongly advised. I'll be in a straitjacket before the end of the year. Institutionalized. That's not the right word, is it? Sounds like the word I'm thinking of, but is not. No Mechanicas? Boo. No Mechanicas. Shocking performance. Half of these, all of these epics we're getting out these bags as well on all of these tunes are worth like 120 odd gold. In a weird way, these little bonus goodie bags are actually going to add up to be, you know, a reasonable amount of gold before too long. Wow, we clearly didn't do a lot on these tunes though this week, did we? There's a lot of not a lot, if you know what I mean. Now we're lacking the we're slacking on the Mechanicas on these as well because we're clearly not killing enough rares with them. And it's probably because these are at the tail end of my threshold for sitting around chilling and waiting for rares. By the time I get to this team, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Nah, we'll pass. Or we'll skip, or, you know, start getting lazy. Just get bored waiting. Wow, we're going to go a hot... Oh, is this entire team not going to get a single Mechanica? Wow, that's going to really throw the averages. That's big sad. Big sad. Right. Well, in that case then, they're 4 rares away. Let's get some... So what did we finish on? 20 Mechanicas? It's not quite a mount, is it? Not quite a mount, but damn near close enough. In my terms, it's still 4 of the pets, which is fine. We're happy with that. Right, sanity check on rares. Swigs is dead. Swigs is dead. Tally's dead. Nitro is many dead. Double nitros on the floor. Thwack is not anywhere to be seen. So we're in the waiting game now for the rares to spawn. Let's continue getting this dude some levels then. Where are we up to? 58. Oh, hello, Nitro. This third Nitro. Look, there's 2 dead Nitros on the floor. $59. Immolation Aura has 1 additional charge and a 30% chance to refund a charge when used, and deals chaos damage instead of fire. You can have multiple Immolation Auras active at a time. Okay. I can't remember what button Immolation Aura is. Is that my 5 button? Immolation Aura. Yeah. Engulf in flames, instantly causing a bunch of damage to people within 8 yards. And radiating damage. Generates 60 fury over 10 seconds. 2 charges now. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the running quest, isn't it? Zoom. I never understood this quest. I never got why we're running, but then again, I also don't read a lot of the quest text these days. We squeeze through that? Just about. Oh my god, thread the needle. Nice. Oh, hello. Follow the path up the stairs. Are we meant... I don't know. Are we meant to kill all of this? I guess so. Well, now we have. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced we're meant to be killing this, are we? How are we... Okay, sure. What's our ability here? Unleash magic... Oh, hello, rare. No, one we don't care for. Go away, bug! I died as a demon hunter, though. I kind of thought that wasn't meant to be a thing. Somebody lied to me. Although I'm not a professional button presser at this class yet. $251,000. He seems far too troubling to try and actually kill. On the basis that he seems to nearly one-shot me. How am I meant to kill this dude? Right, we're just going to peace out. We're not having any of that rubbish. Not having any of that guff. Talk to Chromie. Kill the enemies that attack in waves. Oh my god, look at the bags we got on this dude as well. Oh no, this big dude's coming to get me again. Oh, you're not elite anymore. Well, you're a snooze fest if you're not elite. Easy business. Beautiful. With the swigs up as well. Now, there is going to have to come a point where I'm going to have to make sure that these accounts are also a little bit more self-sustaining. Because having 6 accounts running all of a sudden is going to get expensive real fast. I need to make sure that they are 100% paying for themselves. Now, obviously, at the moment, the Mechanicas are probably doing that by themselves. But I don't want to entirely rely on the Mechanicas. I would kind of quite like to get some crafting up and running on these accounts as well. That seems at least partially sensible. Whether it be, you know, a character for thaumaturgy or a Dawn Crafters to do some processing, you know, something that can stand there and basically AFK, do a whole bunch of stuff, but just to kind of diversify the gold making a little bit. Thwack and Tally are the 2 we need. But I haven't quite figured out exactly what I want to do with each account yet. I mean, I could. There's nothing really saying that I couldn't take the characters off my main accounts, which are already expert in prospecting, experts in milling, this sort of stuff, and just spread them around the other accounts so that they can all be doing their thing simultaneously. Reduces the cooldown of Metamorphosis by 30 seconds. Go on. Yoink. Who's that? Thwack. Welcome in, Ginny. Good morning, good morning. Yo, the icon for Team YouTube has changed on my little bit of software. Weirdly. 100 enchanting alts, go. If it was earlier in the expansion, I probably would have considered that. But now that there's the problem that it's likely to take a month for them to recuperate that cost, at least. And I kind of already feel as if I've been there and done that when it comes to concentration crafting, in terms of the fact that it's not the most interesting and it's highly repetitive and it makes me want to cry. So scaling that up even further is not necessarily my highest of priorities, but yeah, I get what you mean, that it is the semi-smart thing to do. Right, we need a tally kill, and then we've killed everything that we actually need to kill for the week, for the day, sorry. And actually, most of these teams have done their weekly killing as well, which is good. Then I might need to actually think about doing... I'm quite sure I still need to do some delves this week. I do. I need to bang out some delves today. Either today or tomorrow. I worryingly think this dude's hit level 60 and has kind of ran out of shit to do to get to 70. He's 10 levels short. How's that happened then? How have I ended up being 10 levels short? Probably a combination of not having war mode on and not having a potion up all the time, which I probably should have done. Whoops. Why did I only fly to here? Do I not have the flight point in Valdraken or something? With TBC time walking right around the corner, I can't believe you're doing this manual labour. Sure. Okay. Dragonflight campaign finished. We only dinged 60. The dungeon grinding side of things is obviously an option. Not one that I'm overly psyched about, but it is at least an option. Should probably get into thaumaturgy now that I maxed out alchemy. Well, weirdly at the point where I think we need to wait until the materials like really bottom out in price again between the seasons. When they've completely bottomed out and when people start buying them and they start going back up again towards the end of the season, that's when thaumaturgy is like super useful. Buy up all of the cheap shit, convert it into the stuff that's only rising in value anyway. Then it's hard to lose with thaumaturgy. It's just purely a case of just have the machine running. But right now I tend to think thaumaturgy is a bit risky because you buy a bunch of cheap shit based upon the prices of everything else, and by the time you've processed it and go to sell it, you know, the market is dropped by 2 or 3 gold on a few things, and then that was actually your profit margin in the bin. Okay, I need to decide how I get from 60 to 70 on this dude. I mean, I could just run some dungeons, couldn't I? But doing... run a random dungeon. I'm not actually sure how good of an experience dungeons are. Oh, a random time walking dungeon on completion gives me a level and a half of experience. Are you mad? Okay, sure. Right, one last kill of Tally. One last kill of Tally, get this dude up to 70, get a few delves done, and then that's the goal for today. I guess I'll just do... do a full zone clear, doesn't really matter. Curious to try out cooking on the other accounts. Cooking's another one that's just processing heavy. It's just really processing heavy, meaning that if you have a few cooks spread around, you could then probably, get a lot of the processing done. You know, turning stuff into meats or into steaks and stuff first. It's just very processing intensive. Court of Stars. Give me the boat. I'm going to have to follow people in here. I cannot for the life of me remember how you get through this dungeon. Here's to hoping that our level 25 warrior knows the way. Okay, he seems to have a rough idea where he's going. That's good. Because his rough idea seems to be better than my non-existent idea. Right, I seem to be hitting immolation aura more frequently. Clearly because now it's talented. Meaning it being on 5 is not a keybind I want it on. Might need to revisit that keybind. Whoa! Something nearly nuked me. What was that? And he's dead. Nice. Not because I was helping. My DPS is terrible. Told you, I'm not a professional button pusher at this yet. You need to leave a toon or two, preferably a druid or a mage or something that can easily tag lots of spread out mobs somewhere dense and collect all the satchels with XP potions in them. My alts are already farming these XP potions like crazy. Every single one of my level 70 Mechanica dudes is getting these XP potions every rare kill, or they're getting satchels every day with every rare kill. So I'm not going to be short of those potions in any way, shape or form. Actually, that reminds me, I need to pop a potion on this dude, don't I? Literally, as I say that, I'm missing 10%. Anxiety about the dentist tomorrow. I hate the dentist. I feel you on that one. never is a dentist trip cheap either. I know that that's not going to help your situation in any way, shape or form, but dentists love to give you a bill. Seems to be their favourite thing to do. Took me ages on my hunter to do 5, but partly because I don't really know them that way. Well, hang on. What have I missed here? Most are 7 minutes or more decently speedrunning, a lot compared to TBC Classic. Oh, the level 70 boosting Demon Hunter's fun when you have gear on it. Well, that's the plan. Yeah, we're if we can get them to 70 today. Oh wait, what? What happened? Did I not put a disguise on? Wait, huh? Oh, now I'm disguised. Oh, trying to pay attention to too many things at once there. My brain hurts. What are we doing here? Cape, female, Langa. Oh, this is the one where you got to flip and find somebody, isn't it? This feels a lot like I leave this to somebody else to just figure it out. It's just to check up, but they like doing adult yelling. Yeah, I know. You always get told off. You're not flossing properly. What do you mean flossing? But yeah. When they get all 5 hints, use Spectral Sight and should see it. Well, apparently it's done. Apparently somebody already knows what they're doing and it's done. I'm just following other people at this point. Dead. If I missed this tally kill, I think I must have done, you know. I must have missed a tally kill. Dead. Down he goes. Slapped. Absolutely slapped. Nice. Right, I don't like this dungeon. I don't want to do that dungeon again. That dungeon's icky. Whoa! Tally kill. Tally kill. Tally kill. Tally kill. Tally kill. Get the tag. Woo! There we go. So close. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got that tag. Yeah. Sheesh. Okay. That's now, technically, all of these dudes done. And it also now means we can either look at setting up new teams once we get this dude to 70, or I can go run off and do some delves, or we can keep leveling this dude. But in basically 2 hours, I got all my daily kills done, which across only 6 teams is still kind of slow. I would really, this is kind of why I want more level 70s on different realms to help with realm hopping to speed the whole process up. What, where are we going? 62, that's going to be more talents. Where are we putting these talents? Reduces the cooldown of metamorphosis by 60 seconds. Essence break. Slash all enemies in front of you for a bunch of chaos damage and increase the damage your chaos strike and blade dance deals to them by 80% for 4 seconds. Reduce damage beyond 8 targets. Okay. That's going to be another keybind I need, isn't it, somewhere? What's the cooldown on that? 40 seconds. Running out of keybinds. I've also just realised I think half of my time walking gear stopped getting levels up at level 59 as well. So I might need to start replacing all of this stuff. So when it says it's an upgrade at this point, it probably is an upgrade. Oh, it requires level 1 to 39? Oh, I'd never leveled those up at all. Ha! Okay. Sure. Probably why my DPS was so poo for the last 5 minutes. Leveling like a boss over the weekend. I mean, it doesn't really take that. This is the thing. This is what I was stating earlier. Leveling is just like dum-dum level fast these days. It really doesn't take that long at all. I mean, just look at the leveling times on some of these. Like, you can tell the periods where I actually was playing for a little bit, like 3, 4, 5 minutes per level. I had a whole cluster at like level 50 where I was like 2 minutes or like 2, 3 minutes per level. It's so fast now. Obviously, there's some dead spots here today between these levels because I've been AFK a lot of the time, but it's just silly. And this is without me trying to do anything particularly special with leveling fast. I'm just going through Dragonflight, doing the storyline in Dragonflight, just so that it was like pretty brain dead. Using Zygor, just following the arrow. Where's Hephaestus? You're not even here. This is a phasing thing. We're getting screwed over by phasing here. There we go. I'm not sure if I want to do more time walking dungeons, because if I get the Court Stars again, I'm going to cry. But the experience for doing one is literally an entire level, so it's kind of silly not to. But then again, like I've just stated, I can get an entire level in a few minutes if I actually focus on doing some quests, so... Welcome to Demon Hunter Addiction. I got to admit, they are pretty fun. They are pretty fun to play. There's just the silliness of it, really. Is there more of these outside? There must be more of these outside. Welcome in, Sensi. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Primal Molten Core from this dude. That was easy enough. Oh wait, talk to some dude over this way. Am I one step ahead of myself here, maybe? No? You're just straight up skipping that quest? Okay, sure. I'm sure there's a reason why. I must admit, though, without Zygor, it would take me a lot longer. Now, it would inevitably mean that I would just have to be a little bit more proactive with following another leveling guide, but... from a shameless sellout perspective, I love how easy it is to just follow the arrow. What's a big hippo? You huge. rescue 20 bits of wildlife. Please don't be caught off stars. Please don't be caught off stars. Please don't be caught off stars. Either shower is fine. We can live with that. This one's easy enough. Who's our tank? Paladin. Okay, this paladin's doing absolutely ridiculous damage. Sure, we can live with this. Didn't even get time to pop cooldowns on that boss. Love it. What level am I right now? 63. 63. Yeah, my UI by default doesn't actually show it. 63. Kill the slug. Slug with a house. I was hoping doing the Dragonflight campaign would take me all the way to 70. It kind of feels a bit weird that it doesn't. Because that's kind of partly what you'd expect. It's the leveling expansion now. But either I missed some stuff or apparently the campaign alone is not enough anymore. Right, this is the don't stand in the lightning thing, isn't it? Or it's absolutely melt it with an arcane mage. That'll also work. One thing I'd also note is that you don't make anywhere near as much gold leveling now. You used to make an easy 10 to 15k whilst leveling. Which obviously I know is not huge numbers, but the fact that I'm on like 4k. You don't seem to make anywhere near as much as you used to. So they've clearly nuked the raw gold from leveling even into the ground. Maybe it's because the like flying and stuff requirements have been I don't know. You level a lot faster as well though. Yeah, but it was predominant like from questing, for example. Like you're yeah, I guess in essence you're probably doing less quests, so it is probably why. Oh, we pulled these anyway. Boom. Nice. Campaign alone was never enough. Considering they made Dragonflight the default leveling zone, though, you'd think they'd have gone back and sort of tuned it so that the campaign would be enough. Seems odd that you can work your way through the campaign and then be like, shit, I'm still 10 levels off. Oi, seagull. Flappy bird. Suck a fat one. I'm yet to play Vengeance, though. I'm having quite a lot of fun with Havoc, and it was sort of suggested that Havoc is probably the way to go anyway, for like 70 boosting. And more importantly, you just absolutely do not have time in any way, shape or form to test anything whilst leveling. It's far too zooms. But I'm hoping Havoc is all I really need. Sounds like pet battle leveling's the way to go. God, if that actually ended up... I mean, it's a very easy passive in the background kind of way, sort of doing it, but I wouldn't recommend. Right, click some ducks. Nearly 65. It's not taking too long. Queue for another dungeon while we're at it. Vengeance is fun in M+, for boosting with a fell rush into mobs and a blade dance. They'll already be at 50% health or less. That's kind of what we're hoping. That's the plan. I mean, I might do all of this and then I might not enjoy the gameplay aspect of it, which is very like me. But we'll see. It's good to test this stuff. Unspent talent points. What we're putting in here? The hunt. Charge to your target, striking them for a bunch of chaos damage, rooting them in place, and inflicting a bunch of damage. Up to 5 enemies in your path. More keybinds that I need that I don't have. I'm going to have to switch some of these abilities into more passive abilities because I ain't got the buttons for this. Far too many buttons. Do that, I suppose. What's the cooldown on that? 1 minute 50. $65. Nearly there. Nearly there. Running out of bag space. Okay. 5 to go. 5 to go. They massively nerfed the XP from pet battles. It takes 2 full days now, 10 to 70. Oh, that sounds a bit grim. Am I queued for a dungeon? We are. 2 minutes. We should be in one now. Quack for help. I can definitely see me getting more into Demon Hunters though, because they are just fun. Lots of silliness to be had with them by the looks of things. I killed something, but I didn't get rep for killing something. What was it I was meant to be killing? Schmogalolgalolgalol. Not to mention, I-beam is easily one of the best abilities in the game. I kind of always remembered it being quite cool, but I didn't quite remember it being this cool. Where's this dude that's meant to be around here somewhere? There he is. Oh, there's no way that would have stopped me in my path. Oh, I remember Dragonflight for flipping. Just the sheer amount of stuff that when you're flying around, you're like, there's no way this has collision mechanics. But nope. There it is. Gets you every time. Right, is this just more of a kill random things now? Is that where we're at? There's a rare. Oh, I can't be bothered to go kill the rare. Quests are still faster. In a weird way. If it's quarter stars, I think I need to leave. Let's hope it's not. Vault of the Wardens. Oh, I can't even remember this one. Let's hope this one's not gross. Okay, well we're absolutely nuking this dungeon, whichever one it is. I feel like Legion was the expansion I played the absolute least, and it really shows even to this day. Because like most of the Legion dungeons, I've played them like literally like I can count them on one hand the amount of times I've done these dungeons ever, which means I don't know them all at all. I've got unspent talent points still. What are you? Chaos damage is increased by 7%. Sure. Simple flat damage debuff. You skip the Maw of Souls madness. I'm obviously very aware of the Maw of Souls madness, but yes. Yes. I did have the luxury of not having to deal with that. I'm a demon hunter, so I just jump down places, right? Collected about 10k market research passively from just spending time in the Undermine. I can't wait to turn it all in with the Dark Moon Fair buff next week. That's what, 4 boxes? Could be if you're really lucky, up to 8 Mechanica. Which is quite nice. Or at least the pet, or at least the mount. I've still not got that mount. Oops. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on here. Literally none whatsoever. But stuff seems to be dying. Holy smokes. I thought I was popping off. Oh, 66. That means with the dungeon completion, we should hit 67 this run. If everything has actually gone to plan. Where's it telling me to put the point? There. All sigils activate 1 second faster. I don't know what that means. Oh god. I got left behind. I stopped to breathe for 30 seconds and got left behind. I'm a-coming. These bosses just get melted. One more boss to kill. Oh, I bet we were meant to go up on that lift, weren't we? No? We go this way? I'm glad somebody knows where the hell we're going. Sorry, I'll keep up with chat in a second. I literally can't take my eyes off the screen, otherwise I miss where these people are going. I assume we're going the right way. Literally no time to blink. I can see why some people get frustrated at time walking dungeons, you know. I mean, I get people want to blast and want to go fast and stuff, but I don't know what's going on in this dungeon, and I do not have even half a second to figure out what the hell's going on in this dungeon either. Just trying to play keep up with, like, the other people in the group is impossible. I'm a bit burned out farming rares, so it'd be nice if those boxes push my Mechanica mount enough to afford a mount. Yeah, I mean, you should get 1 to 2 on average in each one, I think. Once you're 70, grab sparks from VOTI. Shouldn't take longer than a few hours. You can do without sparks now if you don't want to min-max. You can just buy 515s from the auction house until they nerf that gear. I've got a whole set of 515s waiting for me. Ready and waiting. But obviously if they nerf that or change it or do something else, then we might need a backup plan. But for today, I think it works. Oh my god. I'm just following people and trying to not die. Sorry, I will actually read chat in a minute. I don't know what's going on. Why is there not a boss here? Are we not meant to be lighting up these pigeons with something? I vaguely remember. I'm meant to click a ball and then put it in the pigeon or something. Oh, shit. Lol. Right, well. Somebody has a lighty doodah thing. The person who had the lighty doodah thing is dead. Just nuke it real fast. You're not taking any damage anymore. It must go in here, right? Okay, well, we won somehow. Magically, somehow we won that. I don't think anybody in the group had a clue what was going on there. Okay, alright, let's peace out of that. That was painful. Painful to watch, painful to play. Right, let me catch up and chat real quick, hang on. I can't fully express my hate towards those who rush ahead and do arcadey skips of trash pack and stuff. I mean, I get it if it's in a pre-organised group and you're you know, that's the consensus in the group, but in pickup groups, Dungeon Finder-esque stuff, it can get mighty frustrating sometimes. I mean, like, that dungeon was a prime example where even half a degree slower would have really helped me figure out what the fucking hell was going on, rather than just relying on somebody else to do it. And it makes it impossible if you then want to try and play a healer or tank, because you kind of don't have time to learn on the job, if you know what I mean. Bring the bubble duck to the ecological camp. Okay, right. Breather for 2 seconds. duck's here. Do something with the duck. People are using clever mechanics or exploits to get 515 gear for level 70 tunes. So if it's an exploit, what are we doing? I mean, you just buy it off the auction house. It'll be like, yeah, I mean, if Blizzard doesn't want people to have that item level of gear, they'll just stop it from dropping. Buying it off the auction house and using it, there is absolutely zero issues with doing any of that. If the gear exists in the game, it's fine to use it. Why is me bringing this duck to the camp not working? Why don't you want a duck? Why do you not want this quacker? Is this one of those weird phasing things? There we go. There we go. 68. I do I need... Oh, I need one more dungeon for this quest anyway. So maybe we queue up for one more. Hope it's not a dumb one. Get some quests under our belt whilst we do it. You're gonna be... Well, Legion Remix will figure this stuff out. And that'll be a scenario where we might be able to either take it a little bit more slowly and figure stuff out, or it won't matter because there'll be somebody that's soloing the whole thing anyway. We nearly done. 84. There we go. Beautiful. Oh my lord. As far as I know, it's simply looted boxes on a level 75 tune and then opened with a level 80 tune. It may be a little bit more intricate, but this is the basics. Basically, that's how it works, but I don't know if it's supposed to be that way. I mean, yeah, I live by the theory that if the gear exists on the auction house, buy it and use it. If Blizzard want to change it, that's up to them, but I don't feel in any way, shape or form it's exploitative or... I mean, it's probably clever use of game mechanics to generate those items in the first place, but like I said, buying and using the gear, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you're attempting to cheat the game to get something that you feel that shouldn't be available, you know, the farming of them is a little bit more questionable, but it's a bit of gear you buy off the auction house. If Blizzard doesn't want them, they'll take them out of the game, it's fine. Is my take on it, at least, anyway. I mean, it's annoying as it is. It's the same theory as like all of the duped mounts from in past years that were on the auction house. Look how often like Vial of the Sands and the Jewel Crafting Panther mounts were like duped over the years. You know, if you can buy it on the auction house, it's all fair game. Oh, this could be our final dungeon. Theoretically, you could take this character and boost a full group of alts through classic time walking in 2 weeks. Well, the theory is this character is going to allow 4 characters to basically AFK, and I'll grind mobs on them. More of an open world farm, Knockwood Hold or something like that. I haven't quite figured it out, but in essence, replicating exactly what, you know, the boosters charge you 100k per 74, but doing it myself, save myself the gold. Got the account, got the ability to do it. Doesn't seem to be overly complicated. There's a few dynamics of getting a, you know, an empty shard and whatever, but we can figure that out. Plus, it gives me a good opportunity to learn actually how to play a Demon Hunter, because I've never really played one, but turns out they're pretty fun. I've been having a blast leveling this dude up. And this is coming from somebody that, like, historically really doesn't like leveling. So, hence why I'm looking for the shortcut ways to level lots of 70s for my 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th accounts. Because, like I said, the alternative was to just pay somebody 100k per character to boost them to 70. But since I already have the accounts and the means, why not bring it in-house? Add to the journey. I will not be defeated. And he's dead. Current fastest Earthen 10 to 7 flying runs 55 minutes. 10 to 80 can be done in less than 2 hours. Can only do 1 at a time though. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm not looking to do 1 at a time. I'm looking to do 4 at a time. Which is possible via group AFK boosting. So if I can get 4 leveled at a time in less than 4 hours, I still win, you know? Is my theory with that. without having to like mindlessly fly around between flight paths is kind of the aim I'm after here. I mean, it might work, it might not, we'll find out. And it's only taken me, you know, a few hours an afternoon to get this dude leveled up already, so. Do the Demon Hunter relatively legitimately in order to help shortcut the others. You watch, we're going to get left, I think, like 1 or 2 bars below 70 doing this. Oh, but we'll get the quest to turn in, won't we? We'll get the time walking quest to turn in. That might be enough to push us over the edge. Whoops. It's another dungeon where I have no idea where we're going. Follow the druid. He seems to know what he's doing. Have faith. Is this the last boss? Oh no, there's 2 more. Wait, where's the... How... Whoa, haven't we missed one? Have we missed one deliberately? I'm gonna guess we've missed one deliberately. Oh my god. No, that did ding me level 70. Happy. Nice. Right. The other account still semi-alive. Okay. Right, there's one part of the problem over. Let's get this dude back to some sort of safety. That's not where I thought it was. Let's just get to Valdraken or something. Where's a flight path? That way. Where the hell's this flight path gone? Here it is. Right, okay. We've dinged 70 then. As you can see, almost here's a quick overview on the enchants. I marked the ones that should be base. Oh my god, you got spreadsheets and all sorts of stuff on the go. Interesting. For like maximum min-maxi. Love that. Thank you. I'll look at that in a bit more detail in a second. Right, so with one level 70 done, we should be able to get the gear over to him. Let's put the gear in the warbank. That's going to be the easiest route. He probably has warbank access, or does he? Let's find out. Welcome in, Lady Daisy, by the way. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. So, we dinged 70 at item level 313. Let's fix that, shall we? That's going to be our first thing to fix. Now, I assume this account will get warband access. I might need to log the other one off first. We'll find out. Let's make things easier. Let's...
My directive is to serve you.
Right, you have warband access, so let's put all of these in the warband. Have we got enough room? Should have enough room. Right, we're going to have to log this dude out, because warbands be stupid. There's a strong chance that this dude also now needs to log out and log in again before he gets access to it. So let's log you out quickly. Log back in. Enlighten me on the level 70 booster, please. Well, the first thing is you need it on an account that doesn't have the war within, because you need the level cap to be 70 for that account. If you've got the war within, obviously the level cap is 80, so you need an account that doesn't have the war within on. You secondly need to level up. You know, there's a few classes you could do it with, but Demon Hunter was the suggested for me at least. Level a dude up to 70 and then get him some OP gear. Sigil of Flame deals 35% increased damage. 1 additional fury per hit. Okay. And your chaos damage has a 7% chance to be increased by 17%, occurring up to 7 total times. I don't know what any of that means. We've got 1 bonus point to spend somewhere. Where have I gone wrong there? Okay, weird. We'll figure that out in a minute. Yeah, I don't do much enlightening on the whole topic yet because I'm still figuring this stuff out myself. Is the honest answer. But it's work in progress temporarily. I need to clear some inventory space now. Get some stuff out of the way. Can we just nuke all of this? All of you go away. I don't want any of you. Can we not delete any of you? Of course we can't. What are these? Consume to increase your secondary stats by 18. Sure. 219 trinket. The irony is it's actually an upgrade. Get rid of all of you. Relics. I should go turn those in, but I can't be bothered. Right, clean the inventory as much as possible. We're going to delete all quests. Is there a way to quickly, like, get rid of all quests? Oh, no, that's the one I might want to do something with. Take it to somewhere in Ogrimmar. Alright, we'll do that in a minute. Don't want any of this rubbish now. Don't want those. Don't want that. Don't want those. Don't want that. What's this? Yeah, we don't want that. Boom! Clean inventory. Good. Right. Demon Hunters are the easiest thing to get going. I've no idea if there's some legacy characters, but I've seen some crazy balanced druids doing the boosts. Yeah, I guess balanced druids, because they've just, you know, there's a lot of utility with a balanced druid. And on top of that, Oh god, finding this gear is going to be a pain in the ass. And they just tag everything from every direction. Flipping hell, I need to put the add-on on. Is it Bagnator? I think it's Bagnator. Bank view, single bag. Do it. Why do we not have... I don't want any of this business. Show me the full thing. Show me the big mode. Okay, that's annoying. Oh, there we go. The everything button. The everything button. Oh, okay. It still smushed all of my gear into... Oh, then it probably is category style, isn't it? There we go. That's what I was looking for. Right. One of you, 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 and one of you and one of you, and then two of you is what I believe is the get-up. Right, helm, shoulders, chest piece, braces, gloves, some boots, a neck, second neck, wait, hang on, no, ring, boom, now we're cooking. Badass looking warglaives as well, to be fair. Right, this dude should now, for the most part at least, start doing ridiculous things. 92% mastery, 25% movement speed. That's kind of funky. Now, enchanting him and getting him super min-maxed is probably a stage in the process, but let's see how we do with that, shall we? So the theory is, ever so roughly, we now should be able to go to somewhere like Knockwood Hold, in theory, and just nuke everything in existence, I believe. Oh, we're learning as we go. And then we need to make a new team of, probably Vulpiras. Obviously, we make them on low-level realms. We're not making them on Draenor. The reason we're doing this is on low-level realms. But I can have Vulpera Hunters on 1. We can do... we can't do Vulpera Paladins. Well, that's annoying. That mastery can go real burr. Mine's at 140%. Holy. Do I just make them all hunters? The reason I have accounts with paladins on them is so that if and as and when they do dungeony stuff, there are classes that can roll healers and tanks. Because if you go all hunters, it's more problematic. Do I just keep my same get-up on the go? Goblin Hunters and Blood Elf Paladins? Probably. Probably. Yeah, stuff out here melts. We melt stuff. Not bad, not bad. Which will in theory mean that we can bring some toons over to this area. They can just chill somewhere and I just run around and kill things. And everybody's a winner, is the theory. Is the theory at least. One idea could be to have a warlock in the team. A summon could be useful somehow. Yeah, they definitely don't look or feel like elites, I can confirm that. A warlock on the team is maybe not a bad idea. That said, for the purpose of summoning, you'd still need to get the warlock there. You're still got to get the warlock there. Like, I do technically have the ability to have this dude here party with my main account. Then there's 2 accounts that can summon stone stuff. Is there a Wow, there's not really a summon stone particularly near, is there? They could still be ferried, I suppose. Any ferrying is going to take a little bit more time, but yeah, warlocks is another option. Do you have a speed geared character for all dungeons or raids? I don't know. No. Dungeon's not too far, like 20 seconds or so. Well, we got not good offensive over here, so just ferrying them from here is not the end of the world. Okay. About the race, Vulpera camp is really good. I have it between Sal and Rats. Well, yeah, Vulpera's a good. The camp is really useful. The camp is really useful for that double Hearthstone. It's even better than a Hearthstone, isn't it? Because it's an exact boom, drop it in situ. That brain mount from Legion that takes a full party. That is the hive mind, but the only people that can get in that mount are the people that you earned that mount with. So it's not actually a... It's why you don't see it that often, because it's, whilst it is a 5-player mount, it's kind of hyper limited. You can only also transport the 4 other people that you earned it with. Kind of a pretty hectic restriction on that, which is why most people don't use it. But there are races that are better for professions if they're going to be useful again. Yeah, I mean, there's never an absolutely perfect setup. That's why there is lots of different classes and stuff. This is why I'm kind of tempted to just live by my current theory or my current setup, because for the most part it works. Goblin Hunters, Blood Elf Paladins does the job. If you need to blast dungeons at any point, the Paladins can roll tank, the Paladins can roll heal, and then the other Hunters can join in. Yeah, I now need to spend a bit of time creating some characters on the lower level realms and shards, which is the whole point of this anyway, and then put to test getting them out here, leveling them up, that sort of stuff. But at already 3 hours into the stream, I'm going to call it there for today, boys and girls. We'll adventure this a little bit more tomorrow. I wanted to get my rares killed for today and to get this dude up to level 70. Now that's sort of ticked those 2 boxes. I need to do some delves and stuff on my main as well. So I'm going to go grab some food, maybe have a little bit of a play test with this evening, try and get to grips with it. So then hopefully tomorrow we can sort of showcase it doing its thing and see if we can start seeing just how useful it is to us. Boys and girls, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for stopping by today. Is there anybody online right now that we can throw you over to? Goldson's online if you want to go say hi to Goldson in some similar gold making-esque stuff. He's setting some new alts and stuff. We'll maybe send you over to Goldson. Let's set the raid up real quick. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, boys and girls. Thanks for stopping by. We'll have a little bit of a further blast with this tomorrow. Peace.